is going down tonight. Oh, oh. Whoa, oh. 3, 2, 1. My little girl. Hey, love, let's run away. Hey, everybody. So I realized that I never actually got around to making a SHINee vlog about SHINee World. If you didn't know, I actually went. I can't believe it. I actually went. I got my tickets and I was second freaking row, and I couldn't believe it. So it was kind of a mess going, because I got there at 5 and the doors didn't open till like 6, and so I got in line for my light stick that I paid $15 for, and then they cut me off as soon as I got up there and said, okay, the doors are about to open, you guys have to go get in line. And so then I got in line, and I didn't get into the venue till like 10 minutes till it was supposed to start. And so I saw the line for the merch, and it was a crap load long. So I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. So I finally get in, and I get in my seat, and I was like, oh my God, is this really happening right now? Because I was like, oh, man. I mean, like, I sat down, and I was like, second row, and I was like, I was sitting there and I was thinking, I was like, I really don't know if I'm going to survive this. Like, I really don't know. I went by myself, which I'm glad that I did, because everybody else around me went by themselves too. And I was like, oh my God, hey! And we were freaking out together. And this girl came in late too, and she sat right beside me. I was like, oh my God, hey! And we acted like we knew each other forever, even though we never actually met. And we were like, who's your bias? I was like, it's Damon. And somebody else was like, oh, it's Damon too. And I was like, it's cool, I'll share him. And we were all like flipping out. And then the girl next to me was really sweet too. And since I didn't get my light stick, the other girl asked me sitting next to me, she's like, did you not get a light stick? And I was like, no, I didn't have the time. And she was like, here, I have an extra one for you. I was like, man, I was like, you are a real MVP right now. Because I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have my light stick, because I was literally like doing this the whole time. That was really sweet of her. I'm really thankful that she did that. So we're all sitting there, we're all getting hyped, and I'm gonna leave all of my, I'm gonna just not talk about the main issue that I want to talk about right now. I'm gonna leave that to the end, because I need to talk about just straight what happened as far as the concert goes, and then I'll talk about feelings of emotional stress and personal attacking, and just overall just a feeling of just I don't know how to put it in words. I don't really know how to speak whenever I think about it. So they started off with Hitchhiking Baby, Sonia G, and oh my God, y'all, everybody was flipping. And like when the curtain rose, I kind of just was like, and then I went, oh my God! Like, I couldn't believe, like, I was just, a lot of times I was just like standing there and I was thinking, is this real life right now? Like, am I really witnessing this? Like, it's kind of hard to like I was trying to think, okay, all right, come on, brain, like, this is happening, this is real. And then a lot of times, like I said, I would just stand there and like not say anything. So that was one thing. In Hitchhiking, whenever Taemin came up to the stage, like, okay, say I'm Taemin, my hand was probably about like this far from him. Oh my God, Key's dance break in Juliet, I have watched that so many times, because when it was happening, I was just like, I'm pretty sure a little bit of drool like dribbled down my mouth, because I was just like, can I get a break here? And like, it was like, hello, and then odd eye, and then feel good back to back. I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. This is too much. I need a break. Like, I need a break from this. I can't deal with all this. This is too much. In the beginning of Odd Eye, when we all saying, show me your ISO hide, and Junghyun and Minho looked at each other like, oh my God, these girls are crazy. Like, they are screaming every word. I didn't get any video, because quite honestly I would have, but at the same time I was just like trying to take in the whole the whole shebang, and I was really more worried about taking it all in more than I was holding my phone up, because I didn't want to like experience the concert through my phone. I wanted to experience it, you know, in real life. Is the sun going behind a cloud anytime soon? Because I would sure hope it would. Honestly, like, after experiencing the concert, I'd like see SHINee in a different light. Like, it's not that I didn't love specific members, but like, I have a newfound love for Key and Minho, because it seemed like they were like the crowd favorites the whole concert. People cheered for Minho, like, it seemed like every time he even sang or talked or did anything. And he was just enjoying it. Like, he was just having the time of his life, and he was just smiling the entire time and just like taking it all in. And so I think that I have like a newfound love for members that I didn't appreciate as much. It's not that I didn't appreciate them, it's just that I didn't appreciate them as much. But I always loved Minho, but at the same time, I have like a newfound love for him, just because of, like I said, all the love that he was showing and all the happiness. I mean, he just was so happy to be there, and just, you could just tell that he was just appreciative. Minho was just so funny and so sweet, and Key was so funny and so sweet. And they literally, like, when they were talking, I could tell a lot of the time they didn't really know what to say, but they, like, we were still screaming. Like, they could have just stood there the whole time and we would have screamed like nobody's business. Alright, so I'm gonna talk about an issue that I had at the concert, and it wasn't an issue that people would think would be an issue. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of talk about like how it feels to experience it, like when you're right there. Like, if SHINee is right in, like, 2 feet in front of you, and they're looking at you, and they smile at you. I was watching a lot of the fan cams of the show, and a lot of people in the back were like flipping out. They were like, oh my god! But it's almost like when SHINee's right there and they're looking at you, and you think about all the times that you have listened to their songs, and like, it's a feeling like when they look at you, it's almost like an uncomfortable feeling. It's not uncomfortable in a bad way, but it's like, what do I do? Like, some people would like flip out and be like, oh my god, ah! Like turn their head away or something. But for me, like, I just couldn't like process it. I couldn't wrap my brain around the fact that I wasn't watching a Jonghyun eye contact video, because I love those. And like, I just couldn't wrap my brain around it. And so here we go. I'm going to get to talking about it. Kim Jong-hyun. Okay, so I kind of jinxed myself a little bit before the concert, because I was out in line and I was talking to a lot of people, and we were just kind of making small talk. And then so we were like, oh yeah, who's your bias? And then, you know, I kind of butted myself in the conversation because nobody was talking to me, but I was like, oh, I'm going to talk. They're like, yeah, oh no, it's my bias wrecker or something like that. I was like, y'all are forgetting the biggest bias wrecker of all, that is Kim Jong-un. And they're like, oh yeah, whatever. And I was like, he always has his tongue out, and he's always like showing his jawbone and stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, whatever. And I laughed it off. And little did I know that I had, quite frankly, jinxed myself, because Kim Jong-hyun was looking into my soul on more than one occasion. And I'm not joking when I say that. On more than one occasion. And in fact, if I could actually take account of how many times he looked at me, it was probably around like 10 or 15 times, and it was longer than like a second, so you knew he was looking at me. Like, if you were in my section, and a lot of the girl that next to me said this too on Twitter, if you were in my section and he looked at you, you knew that he commanded your attention. Because, like I said, I literally felt personally attacked, because Kim Jong-hyun was staring at me. Not only did he stare at me, but he pointed at me 4 times. The dude pointed at me 4 times. During replay, he pointed at me twice. During Ada, he pointed at me. During Feel Good, he pointed at me. the beginning of Feel Good, he looked at me the entire beginning of his his solo part in the beginning of Feel Good. He looked at me the whole time. I literally stood there, like, mouthing the words, like, sassing ass and on bitch and bunch on them salty. And I was like, I literally, like, when he looked at me, I'm not joking. I may be over exaggerating a little bit, but I'm not joking when I say that when he looked at me, I literally felt like the room, like, split. And I was the only one there, and, like, the screams and stuff just, like, melted away. And it was just me and Jonghyun, and he was singing to me. Y'all, I felt like really, really uncomfortable. Like, he knew that I knew about him and all that he's done. Oh my God, the way that he looks at you, it's almost like I said, I don't know what to do. And hello, he looked at me. Ring ding dong, he looked at me like 3 times. I literally wore a Taemin shirt to the concert. It was the SHINee World Yellow, and it had Taemin on the back. And I quite honestly think that Jonghyun saw that and said, "No, babe, not today. You're coming for me." And I was just, oh my God. I was like, you ain't coming for me, babe. You ain't coming for me, babe, because I am true to my man. I have talked about this a million times before, how much I love Jonghyun. And of course, he has to come out and stare me down and point at me and I really haven't been the same since. And y'all, I'll be completely honest with you, when I first got back home, because I don't live in Texas, I actually had to drive there. And it was a pretty good long drive, and I was tired, first of all. But when I first got home, every time I thought about it, it gave me anxiety because it made me feel something that I've never felt before. I couldn't keep my eyes off of him. Like, I literally could not, like, stop looking at him the entire time. And, like, I was like, oh my God, wait a minute. My bias is Taemin. Why am I not looking at him? And I would look at him a couple times, and then Jonghyun would be looking at me. Like, bitch, why are you not looking at me? Like, I'm supposed to be your bias. Like, no, don't come for me, babe. Don't come for me, Jonghyun. No, no, I am not a hussy. I know where my true love lies, and it is not with you, even though I want it to be. I have never been that close to a famous person from South Korea or wherever. I have never been that close to a famous person. And like I said, it's like an out-of-body experience whenever they are looking right at you. And Jonghyun, after he said that I can let go ever since the start of this concert because of your passion, he looked right at me! He looked at me! I was like, oh my God. Because, like, I'm not lying, like, I was probably... A lot of times I just stood there and I didn't really know what to do, but 9 times out of 10, I was standing there like, oh my God, yes! And then another time, at one point, Taemin came down at the beginning of Hitchhiking. He came down and he walked down, and I went, oh my God, Taemin! And I reached out for him, and I was screaming so loud. And, oh my God, like, I cannot believe how hard Taemin goes in his dances. Like, the boy was about to, like, pull a muscle or something, because he was going hard in the paint. I've never seen anybody dance as hard as he does. A lot of the times during the concert, I don't even, like, remember a lot of it. Like, it was like disassociating. Like, I couldn't believe that I was there, so it was like an out-of-body experience, and, like, my body felt light, and, like, like I said, I couldn't rack my brain into comprehending what was going on, because I just could not comprehend it, because it was just so amazing. I mean, SHINee is the most amazing performers I've ever seen live, ever. I mean, all these American artists, I'm sorry, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing on them. I want to see you try and do half the stuff that they do, because I would have been exhausted. I mean, they were back to back to back to back to back. I mean, I was just like, oh my God, I was exhausted, and I was just standing there with my light stick. So I can only imagine how exhausted they were. Everybody there was so nice. Literally everybody there was like, except for the exceptional like couple of people who were really obnoxious and would not stop screaming whenever they were trying to talk. That's one thing that I like, that was kind of a pet peeve. I was like, can you guys like stop screaming for like minutes so we can hear what they're saying, because I can't hear what they're saying. I realize you guys are enthusiastic, but I can't hear what they're saying, and I can't hear what the translator is saying. So that was kind of a drag. But everybody there was so nice and so sweet, and I was like, I need your Twitter, and they're like, yeah, I'll get your Twitter, and we'll become best friends and stuff. It was just a really rare moment, and it was amazing, and I'm so glad that I did it. Like I said, SHINee is amazing. I will love them forever. It was probably one of the most amazing experiences that I've ever had, because I knew if I didn't go, I was going to regret it, because I missed the fan meet, and I didn't get to go. And I'm so glad that I went. I mean, just the people, the friends that I made, and I just can't wait for another concert, because I know that they'll come back. So I'm gonna go again. The ending video, y'all. The ending video, I was about in tears. Like, I had the banner project over my face, and I was like, oh my God, I'm about to freaking lose it. I'm about to cry. I was about to ugly cry. But at any rate, I'm so glad that I did it, and I'm sorry it took me a while to do this, because like I said, I've been busy, and a lot of stuff's been going on, but I finally did it. I finally made the video, and I'm sorry I haven't been making reaction videos with SHINee, because I've been working my butt off, and I will try to make more reaction videos, but they'll be late, because I come home from work and I'm so tired, but I still love SHINee nonetheless, so I'll still do it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and I will talk to you guys later.